everyone. So I'm having a hard time with this particular house. It is the nicest house in East Windsor that I've seen for this cheap. It's listed at $319,000. From the exterior, there's absolutely no maintenance you have to do whatsoever. None. It might need another couple downspouts, but that's normal. Everything in the city of Windsor needs more downspouts. There's none. There's just none. It needs more. Put 6 or 7 on the dang thing. Get the water coming off the roof away from the house. That'll save the basement. But here in the city of Windsor, if I was going to open up any business, it would be a downspout business because every house I see, everyone needs more downspouts. It's the one thing every home inspector, you need more downspouts. It's the number one thing. We get so much rain here, you need more downspouts. Otherwise your basement's going to go blub, blub, blub. Just is what it is. But other than that, the windows have been updated. The garage is beautiful. It's got an addition to the garage. Nice little lot. So nice. Big honking air conditioning unit. Just nice. And I'm having a hard time selling it. It's okay. I'm having the hard time with it because it's so nice. I have a particular client that's looking for a rental property, and this is so nice. It's the nicest, solidest house in the city of frickin' Windsor, and it's cheap. The numbers work on it. $319,000. Now it's not going to sell for that. It's probably going to sell for around $360,000. That's probably what it's worth because it's old. And so where I have the hard time at is that people want a modern, fresh, stylish house. And they buy the modern, fresh, stylish houses that have bad foundations and everything else. But oh my gosh, it's so nice and modern on the inside. I can't wait to buy this house. And it drives me bonkers. Because it's like, let me show you that this wall is actually collapsing. Oh yeah, but it doesn't matter because it's so nice. Like, what are you talking about? It's so nice. The house is falling down. Yeah, but look at how nice the interior is. It's got new flooring. It's got some new cabinets in it. It's got a new refrigerator, and it's so nice. And then when you run into a house like this that is just freaking rock solid, plaster construction, gonna stand up to a freight train coming through the darn thing, that has been lovingly maintained for 40, 50 years. By the same person. Don't like it. Old. Gotta go. Can't go. Gotta rip everything out of it. It's like, why? It's gonna be a rental property. It's not a property that you're living in. It's a property that other people. Oh yeah, but I'll never get my numbers out of it. Well, why wouldn't you get your numbers out of it? It's a house. It's a rock solid, perfect rental house in the city of Windsor. With new windows, no exterior maintenance that you have to do whatsoever. The roof is new. Everything's all done. What is it about this house and it's just so hard. Even if I have a buyer looking for a house, I'm looking for a house for me to live in. As soon as I walk them through this house, oh, it's too old. Gotta go. Can't do it. But it's the best house. It's the greatest house in the city of Windsor. Oh yeah, but no, go show me a dump, please, because I don't want to buy this house. This house is too old. And it's stunningly beautiful. It's so hard because these houses are so hard to find that I can't get any interest in it. I don't understand it. I would be, if I only had $385,000 to spend, this would be the number one house on my list. If I had $360,000 to spend, this would be the number one house on my list. I would be desperately begging to buy this house because it is that freakingly nice. And it's that solid. It needs absolutely nothing. None of the expensive stuff it doesn't need. It doesn't need any of it. It's all got it all. Oh yeah, I might want to use those classic cabinets and maybe rip out the countertop at some point in time and put some granite in or something. But you don't have to. You know, these angled cabinets, you never see them anymore. Maybe you take out this thing here and you put in a new hood vent and a better stove or something. Maybe, I don't know. But for $360,000, how much more could you ask for? A rock solid house in East Windsor. It should be going fast. And I just can't get any traction on it. Now, yeah, it's got a stylish blue bathroom, but it's impeccably clean. This person that lived there probably got out a toothbrush to clean this place. It is that freakingly clean. I've never seen them this clean, this solid in the city of Windsor, and it sells tomorrow at 9:30. And it's sad. I find it so hard because it's so nice, such a beautiful house. And I don't care if the offer's 320 on it. I don't care if the offer's 330 on it. We can't win a house without making an offer. And that's the other part that I always have a hard time with as well too, is well, no, Brian, there's something about that. Okay, but maybe we can buy it for cheaper then. Because if you have the problem with it, maybe other people have the problem with it too. Oh, I didn't really think about it that way. But this is just a honkin' nice house. It's just old. 1950s, 1960s, 1970s. Well, yeah, Brian, but nobody would want to rent that. Why wouldn't they? It's a house. If you're a renter, you can't be a chooser. Unless you've got lots of money to go rent. But this house was just stunningly beautiful. This is underneath the front porch, cold storage room. Massive room for a family room conversion. Great big windows, plenty of opportunity to put more bedrooms in downstairs if you wanted to. All kinds of opportunity in this house, just ready to go. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't, no water in this basement because the paneling is at least 35 years old. It was not frayed or in any way, so there's never, ever, ever been any water in this basement. All the other houses in the city of Windsor go blub, blub, blub. This house never goes blub, blub, blub. Never did. The last 35 years, I can tell you that. Look at the paneling. Storage room, a laundry area, and a shower. That bricked area is a beautiful shower. But because it's not a modern shower, it's not modern, Brian. It's not, it's not whatever. So it goes to the wayside. And I just find it so sad. Because this is a wonderful house. It's one of the best houses I've seen in the city of Windsor in a very long time. Especially under $400,000. And that's why I'm having a hard time with this one today. It sells tomorrow morning at 9:30. I wanted to have an offer on it from a out-of-town buyer who's looking for a great rental property. This would be an amazing rental property in my view. And I don't know, when people call me and say, hey, I want to buy some rental properties. Okay, great. I've got a guy right now from Toronto that wants to, or from Montreal that wants to buy some rental properties down here, and I'm helping him. And he has a bigger budget. He's got $500,000 to $600,000 to spend, and if it has to go to $650,000, okay, fine, let's go $650,000. I don't care. But those folks that have limited budgets, we have to be limited houses, and you'll never, ever, ever find a more solid house in the city of Windsor for less than $400,000. And I don't know what this will sell for. I think it sells for between $370,000 and $401,000. That's what I think, but I don't know. I have no clue. I'm just a realtor with a background in appraisal. I don't know what a house will sell for. I have no clue. That's why I tell people all the time, I have all these degrees and designations, but I have no clue what anybody's going to offer for this house. And there's only 2 offers for this house for tomorrow morning. One of them is going to be under the asking price. One of them is going to be 300 because people are, gee, if there's no other offers, maybe I can get a really good deal. I'll just make an offer for 300, and it's an estate sale, so it's got to sell. And then the other offer will probably be 319, and it'll probably sell to that person for 319, and they will get a screaming, honking, awesome deal. But because I believe the house to be worth 370 to 401 doesn't mean that that's what it's going to sell for, especially if we don't have an offer for 350 or 360 or 340 or 320 or 301. I don't care what the number is. I just know that this house is a great house. It's for sale. I don't care if it's 400 or 340, 350. Just because we don't want it doesn't mean that it wouldn't be a great rental property at some pricing point. Whatever that number is, 350. This is an awesome $350,000 house in the city of Windsor. You can't go wrong. Now, yeah, I might have scared off my Toronto investor by saying, hey, I think it's going to sell for between X and Y. Because the way that we look at valuations in the city of Windsor is very simple. The lot here is worth about $120,000. If the house wasn't there, the lot would sell for about $120,000, roughly. But there's a house on top of it. There's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath with a lower level shower in this and a garage. So the garage is worth 10. How much is the house actually worth? How much could you build a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house for in today's dollars? Well, the answer is very simple from an appraisal perspective, $100,000 a bedroom now in the city of Windsor. So it's $300,000 plus the lot, $420,000. So I look at this house and say, oh my gosh, it's worth that kind of money. It's worth $400,000. That's what it's worth. I'm an appraiser. I could, if you came to me and said, hey, I want you to agree that my house is worth $400,000, I could sign off on that very easily. Yeah, this house is worth $400,000 today in the city of Windsor. So if you bought it for $350,000, how much equity would you have if you wanted it appraised for $400,000? You'd have $50,000 of equity too. So I see this house sitting there just begging, and it's so difficult because the investors, well, it's old. It's not stylish and new. I'm like, yeah, but you're not living in it. It's your rental property. Other people are living in it. And this is a beautiful, stunning house. And that's why I'm having a hard time with it. It sells tomorrow, 9:30. I'll be here, 519-995-6145. I'll be up at 8 o'clock hoping to sell the darn thing because it is the best house that I've seen in a heck of a long time in the city of Windsor. Thanks for tuning in.